Have you ever been in a relationship with a narcissist before?
Plenty of time.
Really?
But one of my family members is extremely narcissistic.
So say is a major red flag going into a relationship with someone.
Lack of transparency. It's like, what are you hiding?
Right.
Yeah, because I'm too grown to be lying about who I am. Like, who I show up as is like who I am. And I want to show up as me because I want to attract who I'm made for. So when someone has a lack of transparency, I just immediately put my guards up too.
Yeah. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of The Thing Is. So today I have a really great guest with me. Hey Lala.
Hey. Or Wagwan.
Hey, there she goes. She's been out to Jamaica. Wagwan. I love it. So today I want to get into your life a little bit.
Oh, here come the questions.
Yes, here come the questions. So I want to know, so you've been living in Ghana for a little while now. I want to know what love has been like for you. Have you had any experiences of love since you've been here?
Just being honest right off the top, like I did entertain one guy since I've been here, but it didn't really go far.
Okay.
And I knew it wasn't going to go far from the beginning. Because he tried to love bomb me.
Really?
Yeah, from the very beginning, he was like, I love you and all of this stuff.
Okay, so explain what love bombing is for the people that may not know what love bombing is.
So love bombing is like when someone like showers you with a bunch of attention right from the very beginning, like shower you with a bunch of texts, calls, just attention and gifts. It could be physical, emotional, and then comes the rest of the stuff. Like once they get what they want from you, then it's like, okay. But when people love bomb you, they usually have a motive, so I can tell, like my intuition was off.
Yeah. So why do you think that he was love bombing you? What do you think his motive was?
I think when we come from the West, like some people may assume like we have lots of money. So, it's just like, I don't know. I think he seen me as like a mini celebrity. Like, she looks good to me and she has, ABC. So let me try to get in now. Yeah. And I just wasn't feeling it. Yeah.
So would you continue to look for someone here, or what are your plans? Because obviously, I'm assuming you don't want to be single forever, right?
Yeah, I don't want to be single forever, but I do like my alone time.
Okay.
I think the only times that I think like, okay, I want something is like at night. Like when
what's the something that we're talking about? That's all I want to know.
We all know companionship. Just being able to talk to someone like about my day, how my day went, the things that I'm passionate about. Like those are the times that I'm like, dang, I really wish I could, meet someone that I align with. But I don't look because when I've looked before, like that person only suits one need, and then you end up having resentment because it's like, wow, like you are not like the full package of what I need.
But do you feel like there's somebody that can be the full package? Do you think that's possible to get a full package though?
Yeah, I think it's very possible to get like a partner, a life partner. It's not going to be perfect, but perfect for that person. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like I think everyone has like a purpose mate. If we all have purposes. Yeah. So I feel like the more you align with that, the closer you get to meeting that type of individual. Someone who is just like the perfect match for you.
Yeah, okay, I get that. So I don't know how deep you want to go, but I want to ask you something a little bit personal.
What? Everybody's
okay. Okay, you can choose to answer or not. I'm not going to put too much pressure on you. But what's it like for women that are single or have been single for a long time? Obviously, we all have needs, right? What do you do when those needs arise? Like, how do you deal with that?
Well, to be honest, I was celibate for, but I was celibate for about 2 or more years after my daughter was born. So while I was pregnant, like I didn't have sex with her. I wasn't dealing with her father or anything. And I just spent the whole pregnancy alone and just reflecting, on what caused this, disconnect. And then I was celibate for like 2-3 years. But, at first it's like, dang, because it's like an itch you want to scratch.
Yeah, right.
Not literally, but you know what I mean. And as time goes on, it's like, you really don't feel tempted anymore.
Really?
Until you feel like, like you put in a position of temptation. That's what I've been dealing with since I've been in Africa. Since I've been in Africa, they've been coming at me full court, left and right, full court press.
But you're a sexy woman though, like for real though.
Girl, when I was in Tanzania, like they were coming at me hard. Like I met guys from Congo, Zimbabwe, and they come on heavy, but in America, guys play it cool, so it's easier to like withhold the goodies, and not feel tempted because it's like, okay, well, they're not putting the pressure on me anyways. But here, like, they've been putting pressure, girl.
Really?
And I've almost fell for the pressure a few times, but,
That's real talk. That's real talk.
Yeah, so, and once you go without it for so long, it's no issues. Yeah.
So what caused you to decide to go down the celibacy path?
It's not like I'm just this goody two shoes. Trust me, I get very tempted. But it's just more like a spiritual thing. Like I believe in spirituality, so I feel like who you lay down with, you share like spiritual ties with this person. So like whoever they've had sex with, you also having sex with them. So until you know like the spiritual standing that this person in their mental health, like you really shouldn't have sex with this person until you feel like they align with you. And I just haven't met that. So until I meet that, like that's, I wouldn't say I'm waiting until marriage, but yeah.
So obviously you have a daughter, right? So how did it happen, but how did that come about?
How did it come about? It was a trauma bond between her father and I.
Tell me, what does that mean?
Because like I've had a lot of loss in my life. So when I lost my mom and my dad, that was like the hardest, but when I lost my dad, like he was also her father was also going through his pain, so we met and honestly we aligned in that moment. But once I was pregnant and I had time to reflect, I'm like, wow, when my higher self does not align with his, or he's not even willing to step into his higher self. So I got to let go of the toxicity, so that's how that came about. It was just really like a trauma bond. And I realized a lot of my relationships have been trauma bonds, even friendships,
really,
for like the first half of my life. And I accept what I've learned from it. But, it's like, once you reflect and you have time alone, that's when you really get to see like, wow, like, am I really aligned with this person? On a higher.
But did that all come about because you decided to become a little bit more spiritual, or is it just something you've just, without the spirituality side of things, do you feel like you still would have recognized that this was a trauma bond, or that's the reason for you feeling that way?
Yeah, I think my daughter was a blessing in that way because like when she came along, that's the only time I got to, really put away like the casual relationships, the trauma bonds, and just have time to myself to think like, what is it I'm running away from? Because I'm running away from something. And I honestly was running away from myself.
Right.
Yeah.
And how did you recognize that? Because most people find it difficult to self-evaluate, right? From their past relationships and stuff. They find it hard to really see what they have done that's wrong. But you're basically admitting that, you had some issues that weren't right, which caused some of the relationships you had to not be great. So how did you recognize that?
I think it's because I spent time alone. Like, a lot of people really don't spend time alone. And that's what it is. They run away through people. They run away from themselves through people. So, you know, I've walked away from a long-term friendship. So just walking away from that, I had time, a lot of time, much more time alone. And I think that all happened for a reason, you know? Yeah, because a lot of those relationships is codependent, and that's how you realize like it's toxic. You know. I want to be my full self, be able to be my full self around you. And now that I've had time alone, once I get around someone who's taking that away from me, I resent them. Because I love myself now.
That's really important. I think it's you need to be able to love yourself before you can get into any type of relationship with anybody.
Like a high vibrational relationship. Exactly.
So what would you look for in your next relationship going forward? What are some of the things that the other person would have to provide for you?
First things first, compatibility. Because I love what I do. Like, I want someone to see my vision. You know, you don't have to do the exact same thing, but just be able to see my vision. And someone who's, you know, just protective, loving, truthful. Because I'm truthful. So I just want a reflection of myself. And someone who inspires me. Because I haven't had that in a while.
Listen. Let's be real here. I
have not had that in a while. So inspiration.
Do you feel like all of that is limited being in Ghana?
Because the mentality is different. For, you know, most of the guys that I meet, and the cultural differences is really like a lot to navigate through. But I think, you know, as time goes on, maybe, you know, like, I'm not really looking, you know, but it would be nice.
I'm sure it would be nice. It would be nice, all right?
It would be nice, but every time I get around someone that's just like terrible for me, like, why the hell did I entertain this?
Really?
You know, like, why? Because it takes away from me, and I felt so deep in love with myself.
But I think that's a thing for a lot of women, actually, that it's easy for us to fall into stuff because there's certain things that we just crave from a partner. And it's so easy for us to sometimes latch onto those things. And sometimes we've latched onto the wrong person. Do you know, and they can't provide us with everything. They provide us with maybe surface level stuff, but actually the deeper stuff that we need, they're not able to really give that, you know?
Exactly. And I think, you know, like I said, when you have a partner that's love bombing you, it's impossible for you to see it because you aren't taking the time to see the true them. Like, and people put on masks all the time. So when they put it on mask, like, you don't know who you thought you found the one, and actually it's not. And they really sometimes mimic you, especially narcissists. Like, they love to mimic your best traits. You know, like, if you tell them, oh, I'm into videography, oh, I'm into that too, you know, and then you feel like, oh my gosh, I found it. I found the person, and all they're doing is manipulating you. You know?
Have you ever been in a relationship with a narcissist before?
Plenty of time.
Really? So explain to me what a narcissist is, because I've had a show where I've talked about narcissism before, but what's your understanding of a narcissist?
Well, I won't say narcissist because I'm not a psychiatrist, but they did have narcissistic traits. But one of my family members is extremely narcissistic. So when I see those traits in guys, I'm like, oh my gosh, here it is again. And I just think it's the devil just working through them. I swear. I mean, not on no, like, oh my gosh, you're the actual devil. But it's like, I feel like spirits latch on to certain people. And like, when you moving in a hateful spirit, you moving in like a jealous, you have your jealousy, envy, all these negative vibrations surround you. The devil uses those people to distract you from your purpose. And I feel like that's all that's been my whole life.
Can you name something that person would do that, like, as a narcissistic trait that you were able, that help you see narcissism in other people? To
try to woo you to sleep. Literally.
What does that mean?
Take you away from your passion, take all your time. it's like they want to drain you from your energy, like all the energy that you will put into your craft.
Yeah.
They want to drain you of that because they don't have any energy and they don't have any light. So they will use your resources to, you know, better themselves and just drain you. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's how I've been able to see like the similarities between them. Like they want to just drain you for your light. You know, and they really don't have anything going on, but it's just a front most times. Yeah.
So what would you say is a major red flag going into a relationship with someone?
There's so many.
There's too many.
Lack of transparency. It's like, what are you hiding?
Right.
Yeah, because I'm too grown to be lying about who I am. Like who I show up as is like who I am. And I want to show up as me because I want to attract who I'm made for. So when someone has a lack of transparency, I just immediately put my guards up too. Yeah.
Do you feel like women ask a lot of questions? Like you're getting into a relationship with a guy, right? And then you ask a lot of questions. Like maybe you've called him, he didn't answer, he hasn't called you back for some time, and then the woman might be like, "Okay, but I called you. What happened?" Do you feel like we ask too much?
What do you mean? Like, elaborate on that.
So, for example, like you've texted him, he doesn't text you back for the next 5 hours. You're not necessarily expecting a text back immediately, but he hasn't responded to you for like 5 hours. But you've seen he's gone online. He's not responded to you. Like, do you feel like women sometimes overthink things and maybe become a little too obsessive about things?
I think when I felt codependent, like I would
feel that's codependency.
Yeah, it's codependency because I don't really have the time to check on anybody. Like I really don't. Like you know, most of the times people are checking on me. Like, what are you doing? Where are you? Like even this Ghanaian guy, like the cultural differences I was talking about. He was like, "Are you sure you don't have a husband? Because you're very busy." And I'm like, "Dang,
really?
Only a man can take my time. Like you don't think I have time to invest?" I mean, I am busy though.
Yeah.
And I'm honestly too busy for something that I just don't align with, you know? So, it's obsessive, you know? It's like, in spirituality, there's this thing, like you have empaths, not empaths, what is it? When you're codependent, it's something you're missing on the inside that you're trying to look for in this person. Anytime I've ever obsessed over a guy or a guy has obsessed over me, it's something that inspires him. And, you know, instead of doing it himself, he just wants to be around
the person's trying to get it from you.
Yeah.
That's an interesting way to look at it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've mentioned some cultural differences. You mentioned the word cultural differences a few times. What are some of the cultural differences you've seen between, obviously you're American?
I'm Jamaican American. So I'm born in Jamaica, but grew up most of my life in America.
Okay. So what are some of the differences that you've seen between yourself and Ghanaian men? Be honest now, the people want to know.
just mindset, like how to raise our kids. Like I don't want to hit my child, you know, like honestly, like me just like using other discipline methods have worked so much better because when I have tried to spank her, it just makes a scene,
right?
You know, so things like that, parenting methods, how we see like a relationship. I want more of an interdependent relationship, but I do want a man that inspires me, someone who is highly respected. Like these are qualities that I love, you know, so and I want to be that, you know, so that's why I want these things in a partner. But what was the question?
What are some of the cultural differences you've seen between yourself
like
and
the relationship styles like that I want, they don't see that, like, you know, a woman working, like they want me in the house, cooking and cleaning. And I will rather hire somebody to do that most times.
But then do you not feel that then maybe it's the level of Ghanaian man that you're looking for? Maybe you need one that's a little bit more
Yeah,
high class?
I don't even know if it would be a Ghanaian man or a Nigerian man or whatever. I really don't know. But yeah, it's like the caliber, differences, because I don't want average.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want an average life. I want to inspire people. I want to be influential. Like, so I want someone that's the same and has like worldly views.
Right.
Like someone who's well traveled, like myself, because when you've been in the same place your entire life, it's kind of hard to, think outside of the box.
Because you don't know what you don't know, do you, really?
Right, exactly.
Would you say Ghanaian men are loving? Do they give love in the way that you'd expect love to be?
I like how they look out for like my child, how they're like fatherly, brotherly. Love, I don't know if that guy was genuine. I know he wasn't.
Yeah.
So, I can't trust the love he was giving me. But I haven't met enough to make that judgment. But I don't know. The women don't look too happy in my area.
Right.
So I don't know if it's just my city or what. I don't know. Like, I don't know how Ghanaian women, I would have to speak to Ghanaian women and, meet a lot more Ghanaian men to make that opinion. But I haven't seen them like be like very romantic.
That's the reason I'm asking you. I've not seen a lot of romance. Outwardly love, like on the streets, that kind of thing. So I'm not sure how, I'm not dated anyone that's Ghanaian like that. I've not really done the dating thing here, so I don't know what that's like. I just, in my mind, I feel like
I haven't seen romance? You like romance?
Yeah.
What kind of romance do you like? Like, what are some romantic things you like?
So, I think the first thing for me, I've said it so many times, is I like time. Someone that's going to give me the bits of your time during the day. You text me, how are you? That kind of thing I find really, really, really attractive. Like, I'm not even a person where you have to be necessarily buying me stuff, but it's more time for me. And just wanting to know about my day, wanting to know that kind of thing does it for me.
Okay, I like quality time.
Yeah.
But I like big gestures, like.
Really? Like what?
Come to me. Fly me out.
Okay.
This is the type of stuff that I like. Or like small, meaningful gestures.
Yes.
Like, for birthdays.
Yeah, things like
put
that.
Some thought into it. That's the type of stuff that I like.
Stuff that makes you feel special,
exactly. Right? Like I know that you've been listening to what I have to say.
Exactly.
So I haven't, been in relation. I haven't given anybody a chance. Like they've been like, Lala, when are you coming out? When are you? But I've been so focused, girl. I don't have the time. Or I haven't made the time.
So, would you like to get married?
Yes, I would love to be married, but only if it makes sense. Only if it has a purpose.
What does that mean?
Because I don't want to get married to you just because you're attractive or we are practical, together. Like, this is just not worth it to me. Honestly, if it's like that, I'd rather just stay single my whole life.
So what do you need? What do you need in order? What does the guy have to do in order to be able to marry you?
Earn my respect. And I don't respect a lot of men. Besides my father.
I was waiting for her to say more. Besides my father.
That's it, because he was someone who, what he said, he meant it. And who he was, he showed up as. So to see that is like, you earn my respect. It's way too many married men in my DMs, so like these men like nowadays are running wild. Like not all, but most.
But I'll tell you something, the women aren't helping too, I watched this reel on Instagram this week, and honestly speaking, there was this clip, I can't remember exactly, but it was like, you've got a man and he's giving you 50% of what you need, but he's good, he's faithful to you and everything. Now you've got another man, he's married though, but he'll give you 100% of all the financial stuff that you need. And then these women will ask, what would you go for? And they all picked the married man. Every single one of them. I I'm like, are you mad? That's a married man. You'll never have
Because he gives 100%.
Yeah, like you'll never get 100%.
It's this
He's
quote
never
that
yours.
says a lot of women will rather be a rich man's hoe than a good man's wife. You know, like, yeah.
But how did we get to this place where women are thinking like this? Because it makes it so hard now. Like, it's almost like there's no need for a man to want you being perfect, because what you're not willing to do, the next woman is willing to do it. She don't care.
Exactly.
And then it almost reduces what you can have, because he's not going to try and hang around for you. He's not going to work for you, because he'll get it somewhere else anyway.
Exactly. And I think, like I said, it's just a codependency thing. Like, a lot of women don't want to work.
Yeah.
They want a rich man so that they don't have to do anything.
Wow.
You know, so that they don't ever have to chase a purpose. So that they can just sit down. And you ask a lot of people, like, if you were rich, what would you do?
Yeah.
Lay their ass down. That's what they want to do. It's just, and they don't realize that rich people, to keep these finances, you have to keep working.
Right.
And God gives those people, well, sometimes the world gives them blessings. But when God blesses you, like, you have to maintain it.
Yeah.
You know, but most people want to be rich or be with a rich man so that they can you know, like, just lay down.
Yeah. But how do you think as a society we kind of got to this point where women are just kind of giving themselves to men so easily?
Well, I think that people put a lot of worth in having a man, you know, and even if a woman is successful, like, they criticize a woman for the smallest things. Rihanna, she's a billionaire.
Yeah.
And because she's not married, oh, she's wrong. How dare you? You're a baby mama now. And it's like, damn, like, she's a billionaire. Like, does the woman really need, you know, to rush to the aisle, you know? But when they will praise a woman who never had kids, probably had a bunch of abortions, not that I'm judging, but never had kids and got a rich man, over a woman that got the riches on her own and did something that, you know, is not validated through a man. You know? So that's really what it is, you know?
That's worrying. So do you think a woman's worth is almost wrapped up in the man that she has?
Yeah. Ooh. It's sad, it's sick, it's scary.
Ooh,
these women can get so jealous too, like, because if they are around a woman that they feel is a threat, like, they can literally kill the, like, if you're that desperate, like, it can go to some. I've been at a party, like, this guy, I'm not gonna say his name, he invited me to this party, right? And this girl was also invited because I didn't tell him I was coming. So when he see me, he was happy. But I don't know, she was like the backup. Yeah. So she was also invited. And when she saw me, like, she bumped him. You know why? Because he is, you know, a well-known person. So she's like wanting to fight for him. You know? And I'm like, baby girl, like, it's not that you? Yeah, she bumped me at the party, like, shoulder bumped me. And I'm like,
but it's not your fault.
Yeah, like, this is the lengths that women will go through to solidify their future, to have, like, this wealthy man, well-known man, well-respected, like, this is, and I'm not willing to go there. Like, if I have to fight for you, I'm not, no. Another woman, please.
For what? Like, I don't know what makes a man so special that a woman's gonna want to fight. Like, if he's gonna do that, he's not worth it anyway. I mean,
men praise other men. You know, women praise. It's all about having a man. That's what the world sees as successful, or that's what it's been for up to now. So, you know, that's why you have these women that's like their number one priority. And having a man is great. You know, it's a great addition. You know, having a partner is perfect. But it's too many women put value on men, and you would hear them say, like, oh, at least I got a man, and it's like, girl, that's like the easiest thing to get if you just want any man.
You know, I want to ask you, what do you think of the whole Nick Cannon thing and him having so many baby mamas? I know that's probably a really strange question to ask. What's your take on that? What's your take on those women that are fine knowing that, you know, he doesn't really fully commit to anybody, but he still has children with all these women?
I mean, there's so many millions of women that would sign up for that position because, like we said, you know, that's where they see their value. He's rich. You know, they don't have to work for the rest of their lives. Like, this is what they see as worth, and they call him a high value man. But honestly, the activity he has going on, that is not high value, like, because your kids really can't spend quality time with you. You know, kids do need that. Yeah. And I've seen a video where he was like, oh, my kids just need my money. Like, no, that's toxic. They need quality time.
Yeah, they need a father, right?
So I don't agree with it at all.
So do you feel that your daughter, I don't know if the father is in her life, so do you feel that that affects her negatively?
No, I think society affects people negatively. Because if you ask my daughter, she doesn't think she's missing a thing. Until she gets outside and she hears other people calling their dad daddy.
Right. And then so she's like, aware of that.
Yeah, she's aware, like, it's a daddy, it's a mommy. But families are different all over the world, so she doesn't feel like she's missing anything. I mean, I really can't speak for her, but it doesn't seem like it, because she says, I'm happy like 5 times a day. So, you know, I would like her to have that if we're blessed with that, but if not, I feel like there's a different life meant for everyone. Like my dad was raised by a single mother. He went to Cornell, NYU, and his brother was a business owner, so they did quite well, you know. But I don't know.
Okay, because there's this stereotype that says if children don't have both parents in their lives, it's likely that they're going to follow the same pattern, or that it will affect them in a negative way.
They may follow the same pattern, but I don't think so, because what I'm going to preach to my daughter is the same thing my mother preached to me. Either she's going to follow it or she's not. I damn sure didn't. And, you know,
this is how we admit our mistakes.
You have to learn your lesson. I don't think, if you have 2 good parents, good. But most times, like, people push being together in this relationship, and it's actually more toxic for the child. You know, so I think 2 good parents equals a good child, or 1 good parent. I think what a child just needs is love and stability. You know, so if you're able to offer that as 1 parent, fine. But I think what happens is all single mothers get labeled as bad because a lot of single mothers cannot deal with the weight of being a mother by themselves, and they become like bad mothers. You know, so it's not about single mothers, it's just bad mothers. It's just the same as you have bad fathers. I've seen bad fathers in a 2-parent household. You know, and bad mothers.
It's absolutely true. And I think as well, if you have children, it's so easy for the man to just be able to walk away and just completely negate his responsibilities. But the woman is usually the one that will pick up and just try and make it work. But then she becomes so stressed because she's trying to manage the children, she's trying to make sure there's enough money in the house, she's now got to wear all these different hats. You know?
And that's one of the main reasons I decided to move to Africa, and I actually inspired his other baby mama to move to Africa.
Oh, she followed you?
No, she didn't follow me. She went to Nigeria.
Really?
She was like, you inspired me or whatever, so I'm going to go to Nigeria.
Wow.
So she has a little brother in Nigeria, you know, and I keep in touch because I'm all about family, you know, but
because I guess,
because she has family in Nigeria. And honestly, the reason I say this is because life is much slower here, so and then you can have get house help. You can easily get house help. You know, these services for an affordable price where you can't do that in America. So single mothers, if you are considering going somewhere where life is more stress-free, consider going to Africa with a good amount, you know, to spend here once you get here with an idea of where you want to go, because I feel less stressed. But if I was in America, life would be like a rat race and I will be stressed, and I think I would talk to my daughter way more aggressively, but she gets the soft side of me.
Because you're more relaxed.
I'm more relaxed. So you can't blame the mothers when they're in a stressful environment, and then also society is like shaming them as well. So you feel a lack in both ways.
So what do you think about this whole thing of like American men coming to Ghana to get a wife? That's a whole thing at the moment where they want to come here because they feel like they can get a particular type of wife. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're looking for women who
say it, we need to hear it.
are easily controlled. You know, and I'm not saying Ghanaian women are easy to control, but they know like women here are raised to be wives. You know, most women are raised to be wives, and you know, like they're stuck in a way. So that's what they want. They want to be called a king, you know, and to be praised without actually earning it. Because if you could earn it, you could have done that in America. You know, I didn't come here for a man. You know what I mean? I came here to chase my purpose. So the people who are going to different countries where the women are more oppressed and don't have as much gender equality, like you're gonna get exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you think they understand what that Ghanaian woman looks like? Do you think they really understand what that is?
Not at all. Like I think that they just want this traditional woman, but they also want women to pay bills in America. So I don't get it. Like so a lot of guys that are confused, you know, and I don't think it's just American men. I teach English and I have people tutor from all over the world, and this Colombian guy called me, and I don't know what he thought, but when he got on the phone with me, he was like, "Oh, you're pretty," and I'm like, "Well, what did my intro video look like to you?" Because I don't know, like, why he was asking me questions like, "Will you have a house husband who takes care of the kids?" And I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?"
He wants to be a house husband.
I was like, so guys all over the world are looking for women who will not force them to evolve.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, this I have not heard about. What?
They want it. Some men want it easy. Like
I know there are lazy bums that are like that, but honestly, is this like a movement?
Yeah, and women, you know, white women coming out here, older white women looking for, you know, everybody wants this equal low vibrational exchange. You know, like one person wants money, the other person wants sex. And then the men, you know, they coming out here looking for control, and then those women are looking for opportunity. I mean, it's an equal exchange, so honestly, they match. You know, but is it going to work out well? I don't know. I don't know. If you have bad motives, it's not going to work. Yeah.
I don't know.
Or selfish motives.
I don't know who would accept a man that doesn't want to work. What do you think about men that don't work and just are happy to sit at home?
I would never.
Me neither. I just feel like you've just lost your
I would lose all respect for you. And you may want to move out because I will start disrespecting you.
Listen, right? There's something so attractive about a man that works. It's like going out to hunt, right? He's gone out to work. But if you're sitting at home, like you're not doing anything, like you're of no use to me at all. Like, what do I need you for? I don't
Exactly. We can't even talk about the same type of, you know, we can't have discussions. Like, what is there to actually talk about when you don't have any passion, any inspiration? And I've had guys try to latch on to me, but at this point in my life, like, just sex alone is not gonna do it.
No, come on, that's nothing.
Like, it's just not.
Right, I feel like sex is the bonus for the relationship.
Right.
Like honestly, the icing on a cake. There's got to be something of more substance before you get there.
I'm a, what you call that? Saphrodisiac. What is it? I forgot the name of it. But like, I'm attracted to intelligence. You know? If I have to have these discussions with you for me to get going.
Right.
You know, and then once I'm there, I'm like,
exactly, right? They have to intellectually stimulate you.
If you can't, then I'm just, and that's what I was trying to force in that connection that I had with the Ghanaian guy. And I was just like, this is just not going to work.
How long did you try him for?
Like 2-3 months, I was over it.
Really?
Yeah, I was over it.
So you really actually wanted to give this a chance?
I think he was pushing himself into my life. Really? Honestly, like I didn't.
Was he the same age as you?
A little bit younger. just a little bit, but he was like trying to force him. That's what I think is a narcissist. Like, why are you trying to push yourself? Like, you know, he was telling people I'm his wife. Like, stop.
That's a bit much.
Like, stop saying that. That is whack. Like, I'm not saying, like, you have to actually earn that. No.
Thank you.
So, you know, I was just like super turned off. Like, when you don't have any passion to talk about, you know, it turns me off. Like, you know, like we have to feed off each other's inspiration in a relationship.
Because you're going to build each other up.
Exactly.
Like, come on now.
That's the only relationship, like friendships, relationships, we got to be able to feed off each other. Because if not, I'm just like, oh, I'm out, I got to go. Yeah. Like, what are we doing? So I have to feed that purposeful side. Yeah.
So would you ever date a younger man?
How young are we talking?
I don't know. What's the youngest you would date?
The youngest, maybe like 5-year gap. Yeah, I think we could meet, because actually I feel like African guys are more mature. So, you know, I've met guys that are like 28, 30. Girl, I'm getting up there 30. That is like, you know, mature. So probably like a 5 to 7 year gap. Not any more than that. Okay.
Would you go the other way? Older and older? Oh, yeah. How much older would you go?
I think like 20 years.
You'd go 20 years older?
Yeah.
What?
Maybe 15
That's
to
still
20.
A lot.
Yeah.
Really?
I like
Why would you go so much further the other way?
Because I feel like they're more mature, and like I have more of an intellectual stimulation with those people. But then I start to think like, damn, I want a family, you know. So
he can give you a family. Like, men don't stop. So, you know what I mean? They just keep going and going and going and going. You know, it's us women are going to have the problem.
Right. So, yeah, I just, you know, like, I want to be able to connect with you and have fun. And stuff, you know? So I don't want him to be too old, or if you're older, like to still have energy. You know?
I bet you do. I'm being naughty. I love that. Oh my gosh, it's been so good talking to you today.
Thank you for having me.
handled my questions really well, because I just threw them at you.
I might need to start my own channel. I might need to do my own podcast. But no, I told you I want to get into spirituality and all that. So this was a good warm up for me, and it was nice being on your show.
Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
I know you come a little way to get here, so I appreciate that. I appreciate
quite a ride, and but it was worth it. My daughter's well behaved. She's not crying.
Yeah, so that's good. That's nice. All so where can people find out a little bit more about you?
If you want to find me, my YouTube is Journey with with Lala's Journey. My YouTube is Lala's Journey, and my Instagram is journey_with_Lala.
Okay, lovely.
All right. Thank you.
All right, guys, that's the end of today's show. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed speaking to Lala. Please go ahead, check her out on her YouTube channel, obviously on her Instagram or her socials, and subscribe over there as well. Okay, but if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Don't forget to also like, comment, and share this video. Until next time, we are out. Nutitfafa.